What's up, Twitch? It's time for the Old Cranky Man Collectibles Championship. Here's a live look at the players. Everybody's sitting down, getting ready for round one here at Game Castle in Ankeny. Players today are playing for the OCM Championship belt and their share of $3,000. There it is. The 2023 OCM Championship belts. Round one is going to get started in just a few minutes. Hang out. We'll be right back.
Get off my lawn!
Hello, what's up, Twitch? Welcome to live coverage of the Old Cranky Man Collectibles 2023 Championship.
This is it.
I am Blake here in the booth with Stefan.
Hey, how you going? How you doing? How you going? Where are we going?
It's great. So if you didn't see when we started the stream, we got a shot of the belt.
Oh, yeah.
We got a shot of the players.
32 today.
32 players.
Yep.
The top 8 have 2 buys. The top 16 have 1 buy.
I've heard that they're going to go get breakfast.
And you're having a look right now at the players for round one. At the top of your screen is 2022 OCM champion Tyler Novak playing 4-color living end against David Pound on Jund Saga. Tyler starts things off with a Misty Rainforest, and Davey has a Wooded Foothills,
And a Monk.
and a Ragavan Nimble Pilferer. So we're playing Modern today.
Yeah, apparently.
We're playing Modern, and there's going to be a B&R.
Yeah, Monday.
A B&R
2 days.
on Monday.
Yeah, for Pioneer and for Modern.
Expecting Fury to get banned.
Yes.
Lots of other speculation, though.
I love that kind of like when they announce that it's coming. It's
An
like
announcement for an announcement.
Yeah, but you get this flurry of excitement where like people speculate and have conversations about things. This is also, and just want to say really quick, this is David's deck.
This is David's deck. I've known David Pound for a very long time, and David has been working diligently for years and years and years to make this deck beautiful and mission accomplished.
Oh yeah,
its deck is absolutely gorgeous.
He has so much experience playing this deck, and every time he plays it, I am just in awe at how beautiful it is. It is a very gorgeous deck. Like full art, everything, like the what are those? The expedition lands.
Yes. Yeah, I remember when he was collecting those. When Battle for Zendikar came out, and man, he was grinding to try to get all of the expeditions. And I mean, as you can tell, mission accomplished.
Yeah. So this is sort of the nightmare opener, I think, for Tyler, having a turn 1 Ragavan. There's not a lot of interaction from Tyler's side.
He does have subtleties.
Yeah, that's true. He's got griefs in there. He's got
he's got subtleties. He's got griefs. This is the 4-color version.
That's right. We did add the griefs.
It does have Fury.
Yep, Oliphant's sort of allowed us to have Fury in this deck now. It's still David is just off to a much faster start right now.
David has a bunch of
there we go.
Main deck ways to kind of nuke the graveyard too.
Yep.
Between Soul Guide Lantern and not sure if he's playing Scavenging Ooze.
Okay.
But Jund is one of those decks where it kind of has tools against everything.
Yep. And Saga, I don't know if you've ever seen this card. Urza's Saga represents a board state in a box.
Yes, yeah. It's basically Ancestral Recall the land.
Yeah, and he has a Renin 6 in there too, so that he can...
Card advantage for days.
And you can get the Urza Saga
Yeah,
back.
you can keep picking the Saga up and playing it again.
He's got the Thoughtseize in hand, so he can next turn take whatever Cascade piece Tyler has in hand.
Sure.
Notice Tyler played the Grief there, took one of the... oh, my God.
See, this is... I hadn't gotten a chance yet, but this is something that can happen when Ragavan does the Ragavan thing is you could just get lucky and take the Living Ends out of their deck.
Yep. And what are we taking? The
so
Cascade?
Here's the Thoughtseize. We see an Oliphant, a Fury, a Shardless Agent, and a Street Wraith.
Yep.
So I would imagine we're taking the Shardless Agent here. Yep, that goes away.
Correct. Yeah, that card represents 4 creatures, including another Grief hit.
Here is an Urza Saga. Urza Saga is going to get a lore counter on it. 1 mana for a Mishra's Research Desk.
Oh, interesting. This is the Unearth artifact.
Yes.
And it's one of the good hits off of Urza Saga if you just want to redraw.
Yes.
Which is totally fine.
It's two redraws, right?
Because
you
you bubble 2 cards.
Yeah.
I've seen that tech in a lot of decks that especially don't want the Springleaf Drum just to fix your mana again. I do like Springleaf Drum in this deck, but I don't think it's necessary. David's deck is so lean.
I'm not sure what all of his Urza Saga hits are. Typically there's the Shadow Sphere, and then you've got the Soul Guide Lantern, the Pithing Needle, and then whatever else after that is kind of just up to the player.
It's gravy, yeah. The beauty of Urza Saga is it lets you sort of run a sideboard in your deck.
Yeah.
And like you play Urza Saga in Legacy, and that deck also has like the sideboard in a box. So there goes Ragavan. We did.
It does, yeah.
Oliphant.
Oliphant got exiled to the Fury. Ragavan goes away, and Tyler will pass back over to David.
So at this point, we get to play Urza Saga or Red and 6 if we want to. We can.
Nope, he's just going to pass over.
Oh, interesting.
Valuing those construct tokens, the ability to make them after the Shardless Agent cascades into Living End.
They'll be 3/3s.
Yeah, and he won't have to lose his creatures to the Wrath. So the instant speed creatures are going to be.
Oh, and he gets
good.
his Ragavan back.
He does, but Tyler gets the Fury back, so that's going to kill the Ragavan again. Unfortunately, he'll also get another Thoughtseize.
We scooping it.
It looks like David is just going to scoop his cards up. Game 1 is going to go to Tyler. These players are going to sideboard, and we will be right back.
All right.
Okay, these players are shuffling up for game number 2. Let me tell you about what Tyler changed with the sideboard. So Tyler has taken out 4 copies of Force of Negation.
Okay, yep, that makes sense.
4 copies of Grief.
Oh, really?
1 Living End and 1 Fury.
So he's down to 2 Living Ends?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. And then brought in 4 copies of Subtlety.
Oh, okay.
3 copies of Foundation Breaker.
Okay, yep.
2 copies of Force of Vigor and a Brazen Borrower. So
Force of Vigor, man, that card is a whole
Force
house.
of Vigor, like Force of Negation gets a lot of
Sorry, we got a visitor. We have a visit from Tyler in the booth right now.
Okay, cool. Thanks, man.
Last minute update.
You gotta love it. You gotta love it.
Hey, game 2 hadn't started yet.
There are some players where they'll just change something after we walk away and not say anything. So
I appreciate that.
Tyler being a good sport. So also took out the other 3 copies of Fury and brought in 3 copies of Leyline of Sanctity.
I love that. That
so
protects them.
I think the goal here is to be a little bit more slow and deliberate.
Sure.
Really valuing the card advantage in this matchup because Tyler, although his deck has the ability to put like 8 or 9 permanents into play on turn 3, it does struggle a little bit in keeping up with efficient engines like Urza's Saga, combined with all of the removal and card advantage that's in David's deck. So, I think we're just looking to slow down a little bit.
Yeah.
Get rid of some of those cards that aren't so good late in the game.
Yeah, absolutely.
And really value card advantage.
He wants to insulate himself too.
Yeah, basically.
Like he doesn't want those Thoughtseizes to do anything.
Sure.
And like David didn't. a little bit of a preview. David didn't take out any Thoughtseizes. Those are still in the deck.
Yeah, and I mean, they have to be, right?
Yeah,
That's one of his only ways to fight against a combo deck.
Yeah.
So what did David change in the sideboard?
Okay, so only 4 changes for David. And I think he's just trying to stay on the same plan, which is totally reasonable. So what's coming out? 2 Fatal Pushes, which I don't think are going to do anything in this matchup.
Right, no, the 1-for-1 stuff does not tend to be very good.
Exactly. And 2 copies of Haywire Might that he had mainboarded.
Yeah, there aren't really any targets in Tyler's deck for that.
That being a mainboard feels like a real meta choice.
Yeah, I mean, it's good against the beans. It's good,
exactly.
It's good against the rings.
So here's some hot includes. Okay, so we've got Nile Spellbomb, 2 copies Nile Spellbomb.
Yep, that's a way to nuke the graveyard.
2 copies of Surgical Extraction.
Yep.
And that is probably my favorite bring-in. We don't see Surgical Extraction nearly as much as I think we should.
Yeah, not in Modern. It's very, very heavily played in a format like
yes.
Legacy or Vintage, but yeah, not so much.
Exactly.
Not nearly as prevalent in Modern. So yeah, Davey really, like you said, just trying to stay on the same game plan, adjusting a little bit, bringing in some extra graveyard hate. Both players are going to keep 7, and Tyler's going to start off with a Leyline of Sanctity in play. So
David swearing to himself under his breath.
Well, I mean, it turns off the Thoughtseizes.
Yeah.
What is there even anything else in David's deck that this card turns off?
He could bolt him. Like if he sometimes.
Sure. David's playing 2 copies of Bolt?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sort of mostly for the Thoughtseizes. He really wants to insulate himself against that.
No, I
attack.
agree. Yeah.
Because David's not going to counter it anything, right?
Like I said, the discard spells are one of the very few ways that David has to interact with the combo. So
how would we feel about an include in a red deck with like something like Tybalt's Trickery? Or is that banned in Modern now?
Tybalt's Trickery. No, it's not banned in Modern. It's banned in Pioneer. So, like, I know what that card does when you're using it not the way it was intended. Yes. What does it do when you use it as intended? It's like a counter spell?
Yeah, you basically counter a spell that's on the stack for any player, and then that player mills the top 3 cards of their deck. Or no, it's a random number. They shuffle their deck and pick a random number 1 through 3, and then cast the X number from the top of their deck, I believe. It's a lot of words to ensure randomization.
What a weird card.
Yeah. It's very strange.
David's just going to play a land and pass back over to Tyler. Tyler's going to fetch here.
Yeah, Tybalt's Trickery represented a weird deck.
Okay, so it's a weird counter spell that lets them cast cards
basically,
for free.
Yeah.
What was the question now about Tybalt's Trickery?
I was thinking about like if Red needed or if a Jund deck wanted to have access to counter magic in some way. Like, we don't care what you're getting as long as you're not getting that thing.
Sure. Austin Hoff in the chat says the Endurance and the other targeted hate like Tormod's Crypt. So Leyline of Sanctity also turns those off.
That's true. Because you're targeting a player.
Endurance does target a player. So.
It doesn't turn off the Surgical Extractions.
No, because you target the card.
Exactly.
I also don't think it turns off.
It is banned in Modern.
Is Tybalt's Trickery banned in Modern?
Okay.
It also doesn't turn off the Nile
Spellbomb, yeah.
No, it does turn off Nile Spellbomb. Nile Spellbomb is target player.
Oh, is it? I thought it was target graveyard. Exile target graveyard.
Oh, is it? Yeah, I don't know.
Old Mirroring cards.
Wondering about Soul Guide Lantern as well, because I know David has Soul Guide Lantern in the deck.
Yeah.
Also, a little bit of cycling going to be done on the instant.
It turns off the Nile Spellbomb target player.
Cool. Yeah, so Leyline of Sanctity, very relevant here. Olifant going to go find a mountain and cycle a Street Wraith. Tyler is going to take a minute to look through the hand.
What are these MDFs?
Yeah, so it doesn't work against Soul Guide Lantern. Soul Guide Lantern is each opponent.
Okay. Is that a full text basic?
That is a full text
That's
basic.
funny. Oh, or Beseiju.
Beseiju is going to take care of this Leyline of Sanctity.
Beseiju, such a good card.
Beseiju, I think, my favorite card from Capenna.
That's
from Kamigawa.
Really?
I think so.
That set is a banger, front to back.
The card's very, very good.
Oh yeah, it represents a way to interact with a board state that you shouldn't be able to interact with. That actually
it also interacts in a really interesting way.
Yes, and it makes the game better. It's not like it doesn't feel like a Fury where like you get to wipe their entire board for basically no mana. Mm-hmm. You're giving them a resource back. you're taking a card out of your hand.
Yeah, it's very fair.
It's so fair, and
it's so versatile though. It being a land, being able to make mana, and also having the ability to interact with some typically very problematic permanents.
Oh, absolutely.
Especially for decks like this,
because it's not like Tyler can cast a Leyline now. That card's never being cast from the deck, from hand.
Yeah.
So now effectively he has 2 more dead draws in his deck. Which
and
doesn't sound like
Inquisition of Kozilek here. Now that the Leyline of Sanctity is out of the way.
Woof. Foundation Breakers.
It's like a Foundation Breaker, two Foundation Breakers, and an Architects of Will, along with 3 lands. So Inquisition of Kozilek not going to be able to take anything.
We love a perfect
Architects of Will is going to get cycled at the end of the turn.
So here's what I want to point out. That those ley lines represent effectively dead cards in the deck now. And while that...
Yeah, because he can't cast them.
Exactly. And while in a normal deck, that's a whatever, you're not seeing a lot of your deck, he sees a ton of his deck.
That's true. He does cycle a ton.
Yep. And you're just going to... Like, right now, he has no cyclers in hand. He's flooded out effectively. This deck is like, 16 lands?
Yeah, I think about the Leyland is playing about 16 now because they've got the Generosence and the what is the other one called? Generosence Oliphant.
Oliphant, yeah. Which there is just this is the Foundation Breakers aren't doing anything. David now can play around them.
Sure.
And now he can pull this Boseiju back
with the Red and 6.
With the Red and 6. An interesting thing, you can target non-basic lands with it. Mm-hmm. You could bleed Tyler out of lands from his deck.
Yeah.
Which is wild to think about.
Yeah, you'll love to see it.
I do. And he's done exactly that. He's pulled the Boseiju back.
Twitch, go ahead and give us a follow here. We got content basically every weekend. If you're enjoying yourself, please make sure that you follow.
If you're enjoying us, if you like us at all.
Davey is just going to play a tapped land and pass back over to Tyler.
He's
Tyler
in a
has
hurry.
An Urborg and going to casting Street Wraith.
Oh, you love to see it. So this is not the good Moto Street Wraith.
It is a 3/4 with
Swamp Walk.
Yeah, sign me up. Davey's got swamps in play.
Five mana. Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, it's basically a Renin 6 removal tool. Which is fine. Sometimes you pay 5 mana for a removal spell. We've seen that with Solitude, right?
Yeah,
sometimes you cast it. It's fine.
What's up, Jaleb? Thanks for tuning in. All right, back on Davey's turn now. Here's 2 mana. What's it going to be?
Probably a removal spell.
It's a
Goyf.
Armagoyf. So I see land, creature,
sorcery.
Is Architects of Will is an artifact?
It is an artifact,
right?
yeah.
Okay, so the two Goyfs.
Yeah.
2 Goyfs.
Woof.
Davey gonna pick up a land with
These
the Red and
4/5s now
and pass back over. So creature, land, sorcery, artifact. Yep, should be 4/5 Tarmogoyfs.
That's a 2-turn clock. Because Tyler's at 15.
Tyler is at 15.
And what's funny is Red and 6 also represents sort of an odd combination with that clock because it has the -1 that just lets you ping your opponent.
Yeah, sure. Apparently they are 5
6s.
5/6s. We must be missing something here.
I think there's an instant in there somewhere.
The Leyline of Sanctity is an enchantment.
5/6.
Sure.
So yeah, this is a 2-turn clock still. I do think that Tyler wants to try to get rid of this Ren and 6. We're probably not killing David with a Street Wraith. I don't know. I feel like that may just need to be a roadblock for a
Foundation Breaker can kill lands. Can he kill
That's
lands?
fair. Oh, he's attacking David directly. He's attacking his life points directly.
Send you to the Shadow Realm. Here's 3 mana.
What are we Foundation breaking?
I would imagine so. Nope.
Violent Outbursting.
Before damage, using the actual spell side of Violent Outburst here. Maybe this was post-combat. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think... Yeah, we've already taken damage here, so you probably don't want to do that before damage because you'll lose your Street Wraith.
Oh, right, because living in makes you sack all your stuff.
Ugh, this is rough for David. He's played this so well. And sometimes Tyler just Sometimes the Living End deck just draws into their out. They have so many Cascade spells now.
Jund can be, it's pretty rough to play against combo decks from Jund. Like I said, it has tools against the matchups, but when these Living End decks now are playing, 8, 10, 12 ways to cascade into their card. So these decks kind of are a lot, easier to, or more consistent, I mean.
Yep. We're fixing mana. We've got a Surgical.
Surgical Extraction is going to take care of what? The Oliphant.
Yeah. So we've still got the Architects. Is that the only other creature? Oh, we're taking out Oliphants. Goodbye, Oliphants.
Yeah, he's surgically extracted the Oliphants. There is an Architects of Will in the graveyard, and I believe a Street Wraith as well. But most importantly, this is going to kill these Tarmogoyfs.
Yeah, that was the... Sometimes
Living End is just a Wrath.
It's just a Wrath. And that's totally fine. Like we had said, this is a 2-turn clock. And what's interesting is Tyler attacked into David knowing that he would put him on a much tighter clock now.
Sure.
So what do we do?
Resolving the trigger from Architects of Will.
Oh, I forgot about this.
Yeah, so you get to index your opponent.
Yep. This is an old Alara card. Is that Shards or Conflux?
I believe it's from Shards.
Now David's drawing lands.
Not 100% sure. Yeah, I mean, beautiful thing about Architects of Will. 1 damage going to be sent at the Street Wraith here, and a Lightning Bolt is going to finish it off. Here's an Urza Saga.
This is a great card for David. And he still has the Wrenn and 6 in play. Architects of Will, not a huge creature. They're 3/3s, right?
Not sure what Architects of Will power
is. Generally, they generally come in with a whole bunch of other bodies and represent.
I think it might be a 2/3. Not
are they that small?
Not 100% sure on that though.
Better than the Architects of Won't. They are 3/3s.
Nice. It's a 3/3. Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
So, you index. So they're 4 mana 3/3 with cycling for a
blue or black.
Dimir. Yeah.
Tyler pondering the options here, thinking about attacking.
Ponder not legal in Modern. He needs to do something or else.
Architects of Will going to get in the red zone for 3, and we're going to follow that up with, is this a Foundation Breaker?
Probably. We're dealing with that Urza Saga.
Should get rid of that Urza Saga.
Yeah, I think we have to. If you don't, it's just going to snowball out of control. Are we hard casting, or is it?
Yeah, he cast it.
Oh, nice. Yeah, This is. Yeah, it gets to deal with an artifact or an enchantment, and
can it kill lands too?
I don't know.
I think it's a not Terra Sunder. Slice and Twain, destroy target artifact, enchantment, or land.
Is it? Hang on,
I think so.
Oh nope, just artifacts.
Just artifacts or enchantments. Okay.
Yeah, it's 4 mana for a 2/2 and it evokes for 2. We were kind of talking about this on the Discord. The broken nature of all of these evoke creatures, like even the ones you have to pay mana for, because they have ETB abilities.
Yeah.
And I thought, wouldn't they be better if their abilities were on death instead of enter the battlefield?
No, because you still get to abuse them either way. It's the classic make a way to cast a thing for free or cheap.
Yeah.
It's much better than it always reads. Mm-hmm. It's always going to be much better than it reads.
I just like the idea. All right, so Revel Arc is the classic trigger on death.
Yes,
that's
Revel Arc triggers on death. Yeah,
and I just really like how that one plays.
Yeah, interestingly,
five
you can still scam it back into play with an Ephemerate or a Not Dead After All to get the triggers a second time.
But it's more expensive on the evoke side.
It is. It's 5 mana,
5 and a white,
6
mana. Yeah, it's 4 and a white on the front side, 6 on the back. So we got another Urza Saga here. Foundation Breaker. Oh, it's the same one.
Yeah, he's got this Wrenn and 6 going here. So
I think it's fine just to take him off of the. We've got another Foundation Breaker on Tyler's side, and David's at 7. We're pretty close here.
Yeah. Did you say the Foundation Breakers are 2/2?
Yeah, it's 2/2.
Okay, so 5 power in play, 2-turn clock.
2-turn clock, yeah.
Davy's Shields are down, just 1 card in hand, I think. Here is a... what is this one called again?
Oh, Lord help me, I have no idea.
It's the
Sphinx.
No, it's the other one. It's not Curator of Mysteries. It's the whale.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Curator of Mysteries is the Sphinx.
Yeah.
I can't ever remember the name of the cards anymore.
These are... They're all sort of bad creatures.
Stomping Ground going to go to the graveyard.
And we're just attacking.
Both creatures going to attack in.
Yeah.
David down to 2.
He needs a block. He needs 2 blockers or a removal spell.
Second Foundation Breaker is going to take care of the Urza Saga.
He needs 3 blockers now.
What did he draw?
Oh my god.
We are done here. Tyler Novak, 2022 OCM champion, is going to take this down over David Pound 2-0.
Yeah, play that so well.
Off to a great start here. The top 16 is going to be coming off their buys next round, so we'll have plenty more Magic coming to you. In the meantime, if you're here, please make sure you follow the channel. We got lots of content coming your way. I
spilled my beans
in 2024. My name is Blake. This is Stefan, and we'll be back with round 2 in just a little bit.